In the city of Keego Harbor, the Optimist Club has events all throughout the year in support of fundraising to help children in our local community. Joining us to talk about the Optimist Club and some upcoming fun that they're holding right here in the heart of the lakes is Bill Bertakis. Bill, thanks for being with us.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, glad to have you on as we have another fun event coming up in support of the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor. Before we get to talking about next week's fun and games at Gino's Pizzeria, let's just take a step back and begin by telling people about the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor. For those that aren't familiar, what is the club and how does it support kids in Keego?
Okay, well, a lot of people might get it confused with the chamber, and it's not that. You don't go there to support yourself. You go there for the sole purpose of kids. But, meeting all these people, you get contacts, and they're all willing to help you. But they're solely for kids. And the West Bloomfield school system is very rare that it has two Optimist clubs in the same school district. I can't think of one across the country that has that. And the club was formed in 1973 in Keego because it seemed like on the north end of the district, it was sort of ignored, Roosevelt, Abbott, maybe Gretzko and Scotch. So we formed the other club. And so we do things for kids. There's things that you have to do. You have to have scholarships, it's encouraged to have essay and oratorical, but then the rest is up to you. You have to do your own fundraising. You pay dues, and that's seed money to help you. But you have to do fundraising to do other things. Also, we work with other clubs, the Jacket Club, the West Bloomfield Optimist Club, and especially during the holidays, we work with them, try to work together, and we communicate well. So we don't step on each other's toes or, what are you doing? We want to make sure that we don't interfere with what you're doing. So we communicate well too. So, we've been doing it. I've been in the club for 20 years. I got a good relationship for everybody and everything runs smooth.
Yeah, and that's an important point too, because you're partnering with these other clubs and they have the same mission as you do, helping kids in their communities and across our communities. And with multiple clubs, the West Bloomfield and the Keego Harbor Optimists organizations in the West Bloomfield School District, so much of what you do together and what you do separately affects kids across the school district. So going back into the ways that the Optimist Club helps the kids, how do you ultimately take those funds that you bring in from the fundraising efforts and bring that back to support the kids in Keego Harbor?
Well, one thing that's coming up is the essay contest, in the middle school. And that was really careful because, now there's only one middle school. So, we had I'm actually good friends with Tom Sweeta, which is the chair of the essay contest of the West Bloomfield Club. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't interfere having the middle school. But we give medals and certificates for first, second, and third. And this year we're giving gift cards, $150 and $25 gift cards. And the medals are pretty cool too. And I told the kids it looks really good on your resume too when you get older. We do oratorical contests. We do that at Refuge. And that's worked so well that they've made that mandatory for every eighth grader. And when you have that many people doing it, you really get a good show. We give scholarships. We put flyers in the high school that we're giving scholarships. I think a 2,000, a 1,000, and a 500. I'd have to look that up, but that's and all this is coming up real soon. It's always on the tail end of the school year. So, in any ways, too, if there's emergency. And it doesn't have to be kids, like fireman got hurt, he needs a wheelchair ramp. We'll get with the other clubs. We'll pay for the wood, you pay for the labor. We'll get so-and-so to do it. So we're good to respond for anybody in the community too, but primarily it's for kids.
Yeah, and it goes back to that old saying that it takes a village to raise children, and in this case, the Optimist Club is one of the many elements of that village in the city of Keego Harbor that helps to keep the kids on a good path going forward, inspiring them, and of course, giving them an outlet for creativity and for building skills over the years. Bill Bertakis from the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor is with us on the Splash Live today. You got a really fun event coming up. You did this in January and it started off really strong, so it's coming back next week, Tuesday, at Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, bringing the Michigan staple to Gino's with a Euchre tournament. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, sort of cool. I remember Jeff Lieb of the West Bloomfield Club said, you have to change presidents because things get stale. Well, our new president has a passion for Euchre. And I said, well, go do it and tell me what you want and I'll help you, And so we did it. Everybody had fun. We include pizza and salad and soft drinks, and the cost is $25. We had some raffle items. We had some door prizes. We had a 50-50, and we just had fun. Since COVID, a lot of this fun's gone away. And it's hard enough. All these clubs. I mean, the West Bloomfield Club. They told me they went down from 100 people to 66 to 33 people. We're down probably 22 to about 13 people. And I hear it from the Rotary Club and everybody's club, and you could just see the economy here. Mondays, half the places are closed. Everybody works 6 days a week. Everybody got rid of all their employees. Just the owners are working. Like when we had pumpkin decorating, we had to have drive-through. We had our first, where you went into the lunchroom and actually did crafts. We're trying to bring that back instead of making everything drive-through. It's just not the same. And and I always have a sore feeling. When I was a kid, everything was available, everything was free, everything was fun, and I don't want. I want the kids to have at least half the opportunity I had, and it's nice seeing the kids too. I actually did a Roosevelt dance, the photography, and I bumped into some of the kids, and they said they had a lot of fun at some of the events, and so that's cool. And one time we did an Oratoco contest, and we had real judges from the district and circuit court judge. And they pulled me aside and he goes, "This is wonderful things you're doing. This is what keeps kids off the street. And I want them to like their community, so they're a little bit more respected for the community. And, and you're always fighting stuff. Roosevelt closing, they took down the lending library. What else is happening, that street, they redid the street and you can't turn left anymore. And that one lane's backed up for 4 miles. And that mobile home park, it's looking terrible. They had their permit went out, expired, so they had to get a new one. They're downsizing quite a bit from the original plan. So I just hope, it was a really fun place. I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, things are changing in our communities, and it makes it all the more important to have these organizations like the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor that are being supported by the community. So if people want to go out to this event, Tuesday, February 20th, that's next week Tuesday, 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock at Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Kicks off with a Euchre refresher clinic at 5 o'clock, pizza and soft drinks at 5:30, followed by, of course, the Euchre tournament at 6. Bill, if people want to get involved with the Keego Harbor Optimist Club in the future, join in on your meetings. When do you meet? How can they get involved?
Well, we rotate around, so you'd have to contact somebody from the club. And we try to do this to share some of the money to each of the restaurants. We've been going to Leo's and Dunkin' Donuts and Brody's, trying to share the wealth a little bit. And I'm glad you brought up that clinic because a lot of people are intimidated. Like I'm just the average player and I don't want to upset moving at a moderate pace with some expert. And Mike is a really good teacher. He's our president. And actually some of the people that really never played, they held their own. And I know a lot of people need a refresher. But we did that. You come at 5 hours early and we play a few hands, tell you some of the strategies and stuff and help them. And Actually, I made some stuff on the 3D printer to help us too about what's Trump and who's the dealer. Um, so we're, and I think everybody had a great time last time because they had a few suggestions, um, like put the name tags. And it was really funny because some people never met people and they had a lot in common. They lived by each other's house, and and that's part of the Optimist mission too. Is you're supposed to help do community fence, even if you do stuff at zero money. Like help Gino with the car show.
Yeah.
You're supposed to help the community. We pick up the trash along Orchard Lake, too, and just help keep the community clean. So part of our mission is to do community fence. It could be low profit, but we have to fill that mission too.
And you do a great job of that, Bill. So we'll hope that people will join you out at Gino's 5 o'clock for the Euchre refresher. The tournament is at 6, and food, soft drinks in between that as well. Bill, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah. So on the flyer, it's got some email and phone numbers. And
Yes.
If you go to the Optimist website, there's a flyer there if you don't have a flyer. So I'm looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun last time.
All right, appreciate it, Bill. Thank you so much for being with us.